This is Shaidatta. You know that I am taking basically the hardware and networking content, and you say I am taking the course hardware and networking, and I am also taking the CCNA part, as you know all. So today I am going to give some demonstrations on basically on networking. I will introduce some basic parts of the networking today, and I hope I will give you some small discussion on some particular topics also. So you all are basically from the electricals, electronics, computer science background, engineering background. So you know about computers, so you know about the networks also, you know about the hardware also. So now I am going to tell you something basics of the networking. So you know that network means like we are saying network, or we are saying the network. So the question has come, why network and networking we are using in our daily life, and what is the applications of the network, and what is the use of the network. So everybody is knowing, nowadays everybody is knowing about the network. Even a small child is also knowing. Even a small kid in our home is also knowing network. Sometimes in our mobiles network has gone. So say they are saying the network. So what is network? Why we are discussing about the network? What is the need of the network in our daily life? So network is in case of the computer, we say that in case of the computer network means the connectivity between the two things. It might be between the computers, it might be between the devices, it might be between the different network devices, we can say. So like we are saying the network means that is the connection between more than one computers in case of the computers. But network is not only using in the field of the computers only. Like in our daily life we are using the term, this is my friend network. Sometimes we are using the term, this is my college network. Sometimes we are using the term, this is my family network. So why we are using this? Because in the friend circle, we are group of the friend. So we are saying this is the friend network. That means what? The group of the friend, they are connected each other. They are sharing their feelings. They are sharing their emotions. They are sharing their thought. They are sharing their, might be they are sharing some vivid things. Like in our family, there is a group of the member connected together. So same thing on the case of the computers. If one computer is going to connect to another computer, or might be you will say that there is a more computers. They have connected together. So you can say this is a network. This is just a network. That is the physical connection of a computer is called the network. And whatever the method we are using to connect between this computer is called the network. It's called the network. So you can understand simply network means that is a connectivity between more than one computer. You can say. So if we are going to learn about the network, there is so many things. Like we are having the basic parts of the network. There is some introduction part. Like we are going to discuss about the topology of the network. So might be the question as to what is the topology. So if you learn the network in the detailed way, then we can understand what is the topology. So like that there is a protocols, like there is a OSI models, like there is a addressing part, like there is a connectivity, Windows networking, like there is a Linux networking, like there is a server networking. So many networking is there. So there is so many different topics. Now suppose I am going to discuss about any one of the particular topic, like you can take is the addressing part. Like, so what is the need of the addressing, and why we are going to discuss about the addressing? Like we are having the addressing part in our network. So what is the meaning of the addressing, and why we are going to discuss about the addressing? So like suppose we are saying there is a connection between more than one computer is called the network. So if this computer is going to connect to this computer, how this computer is going to understand? This is going to connect to this computer. Or how this is going to understand this computer? This is going to connect to this computer. So might be this is having an address. Like we can imagine there is a there is a So this is just an imaginary address. But if we are going to connect computers on the network, so we are having some addressing of the network, and that addressing is called the IP address. But before going to discuss about the IP, the computer is basically is having two type of address. One is the physical address, one is called the logical address. So physical address, that is the physical address means that is the physical identification of the computer, and we are going to discuss about the IP. So IP is the logical address of your computers. So now I am going to discuss about the IP. If we are going to discuss about the physical address, then we can also discuss about the physical address. So now we are going to discuss about the IP. So basically we know that IP is the Internet Protocol address. It's called the Internet Protocol address. So what is Internet Protocol address? So I just told you, if you are going to connect to computers, then you need one identification. Like we have given imaginary identification A and B. Okay. So like that same thing is there. If we are going to use the Internet Protocol, this is the address of your computer. So how this address we are going to assign? How this addresses look like? For that purpose, we are going to learn about the IP address. So I am going to give you some little information about the IP, how the IP is working, and what is the use of the IP, and how the IP we are going to write on our computers. So before going to discuss about the IP, there is so many different concept about the IP. I am going to just give you a small idea about the IP. So IP is a identification of your computer. You can say this is one type of the protocols. That protocol is used to define the particular address of any computer on the net. You can define like that the IP. So IP has introduced by some of the organization, and that IP, overall IP is controlled by one of the organization, that is called the INA. It is a one organization that is working on some of the basic part of your networking. It's called the Internet Assigned Number Authority. Okay, it's called Internet Assigned Number Authority. It's one of the organizations who is delivered the IP, and it's basically working on the IP. So what is the IP? As per the INA, IP is the identification of the computer, and according to INA, IP has having so many different features. So like according to INA, IP is also classified in two types. One is called the IP and another one is called the IPv6. One is called the IPv4, another one is called the IPv6. So now I am going to discuss about the IPv4. So IPv4, according to INA, IPv4 is a 32-bit address. This is defined by the INA, that is a 32-bit address. This 32-bit address is represented by dotted decimal notation. So the IPv4 is the 32-bit address, and this 32-bit address is represented by dotted decimal notation. Okay, this dotted decimal notation address is actually written in 12. This address is actually represented in dotted decimal notation and separated in 4 parts. Separated in 4 parts. Each part in octet, means 8 bit. So like we can take any examples of the IP. Suppose there is one IP. As usually we are saying the IP in our daily life, in our mobiles, in our computers. Some of the service provider, internet service provider, is providing the internet connectivity. So he is giving us some IP in our computers, in our mobiles. So suppose we have a IP like 192.168.10.1. So this is one of the number. As usually you are saying this is one of the number, but whoever knowing about the IP, they can easily understand what is this and why this is written like that. So after learning about the IPv4 and IP, you can also understand why this IP is written like that. So just see that IPv4 is represented by INA, and according to INA, IPv4 is the 32-bit address. Okay, this 32-bit address represented by dotted decimal notation, and the third point is saying that is separated in 4 parts and each part in octet. So see that this is a number, that number right now in the form of the decimal. So that's why it's written like that 192, 168, 10.1, and this is 32-bit address, means if you break this address, then you will get 32 number of bit in the form of 01, 01, 01, 01 like that. And that is separated in 4 parts. So see that there is how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a 4 part of the IP. So like suppose if I represent in the binary of this number, so this number should be break like that. So I have written the same number in the binary format, so you can also understand it. If you learn about the number system, you can convert it this decimal number into binary. Now see that you are getting this 32-bit numbers. So this 32-bit number is called the 32-bit address. That's why it's called 32-bit address. So you can represent this IP like that. Further, that INA also classified the IP in some classes. Okay, so if you learn about the classes, then you can also understand why the IP is written like that, why this is 192, why this is 168, why this is 10, why this is 1. So that is IP. You can give this IP in our computers and connect the computers like that. Like I am giving the IP 192, 168, 10.1, 192, 168, 10.2. So if you learn the IP in a detailed way, then you can understand why I have given this 192, 168, 10.1, why this is 192, 168, 10.2. So today you can keep that much. We will discuss that further thing next part.